And there's been another setback in the Deane trial. Deane died in 2014 after he was brutally beaten while in police custody at the Barnett Street lockup in St. James. The trial for 3 police officers charged in his case has been put off until next year.
6 years after her son's tragic death, Mercia Fraser continues her fight for justice. On Monday, the trial for the 3 officers who have been charged in connection with Deane's death was to begin. However, that did not happen. After 6 years of protesting and several visits to the courts on the matter, Mercia says while she was not surprised, she was disappointed.
Actually, I did expect that it's going to put off for today because normally the first case, first season normally put off. But I didn't expect such a long date.
The case has been put off until January 18, 2021. The officers to face the courts are Police Corporal Elaine Stewart and Constables Juliana Clevon and Marlon Grant. The 3 were arrested and charged with manslaughter, misconduct in a public office, and perverting the course of justice in relation to Mr. Deane's death. Among the reasons for Monday's postponement of the trial, one of the lawyers representing the police officers was not in court when the case was called to be heard. Also, it's understood that there are concerns about the housing of a jury in the court in light of the current COVID-19 restrictions and stipulations. But Mercia believes, as the rest of the society is forced to live with COVID-19, so too should the courts.
I don't see no reason why a jury can't sit on bench because, you know, people have to sit outside, we sit in cars, we jungle together, and there's not enough space there to hold. Well, I don't know how many people you use for the jury, but I think you have to bench. You know, if you have to make some extra space, I think it can work.
Mercia has led her relatives through peaceful protests at the Barnett Street lockup each year, marking the anniversary of her son's detention and death. Maria was arrested on August 3, 2014 for possession of a ganja spliff and was allegedly beaten by other inmates who suffered from mental illnesses. He died 3 days later at the Cornwall Regional Hospital. The 2 inmates pled guilty to manslaughter charges on July 30 this year and were sentenced to 5 years and 6 months in prison. They were, however, released based on time served, having been in custody for 6 years. Mercia and her relatives have had doubts about the guilty plea of those men and so have continued their quest for justice in the trial of the 3 police officers. She sees this postponement as another challenge in their 6-year nightmare.
But I'm hoping that come January 18, the case will move forward and let us get it over and done with because 6 years going, I really don't want to see it go to the 7th year.